Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to talk about something we all think we know, something that's supposed to be the absolute bedrock of our society, the social contract. But we're not just going to read the user manual they hand out in class. We're going to try and read the source code.
And there it is, the big promise, right? This is the fairy tale version. You follow the rules, you give up a little freedom, and in return, the system protects you. Justice is blind, the law is this perfectly level playing field, and we're all in it together. It's a beautiful idea. But the source material for this explainer asks a really simple question. Is it actually true? Because, the moment you start to look past that shiny textbook definition, if you really start watching how things actually work on the ground, you find a very, very different reality. It might not be that the system is broken, it might be that it's running on a completely different operating system than the one advertised. And this quote right here, this is what the source argues is the system's hidden code. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a really challenging idea, that the law doesn't just work differently for different people, but that it's designed to create two completely separate experiences of what law and order even mean.
So what does this tale of two realities actually look like in practice? This fundamental asymmetry. Let's break it down.
To really get it, we've got to put the two groups from that quote side by side. On one side, you have the unbound and protected, which is a pretty small elite group. And on the other, you have the bound and unprotected, which, well, that's pretty much everybody else. Okay, so first, just look at how we even talk about wrongdoing. For the majority, a crime is treated as a moral failing. The punishment is severe, often incarceration. But for the elite, a massive financial crime often gets magically reframed as a compliance issue. It gets handled with a fine, which for them is just a cost of doing business. It's a line item on a spreadsheet. And this is a huge one. It's about what the law is for each group. For the bound, the law feels like a cage. It's this ever-expanding web of rules and regulations that you have to navigate perfectly. But for the unbound, it's not a cage at all. It's a tool. It's something they can wield to shield their assets, protect their status, and advance their interests.
So it all comes down to what happens when you actually interact with the system. For most of us, it can feel like a total minefield. One wrong step, one bureaucratic error, one missed form, and your whole life can get derailed. For the elite, the system acts like a shield, where the full force of the state is prioritized to protect their property and their interests.
So when you put it all together, what does it mean for most people? It means the law starts to feel less like a protective shield that's got your back and more like a tool for control. It's about making sure you comply, not necessarily about keeping you safe from actual harm.
Just think about it in your own life. When a giant tech company has a massive data breach and all your personal information is out there, does the system rush to your defense with the same energy it would use to protect a bank vault? Or let's zoom out. When the financial system gets rocked by the risky behavior of a few, are the regular people who lose their retirement savings, their pensions, are they made whole? Are they protected? And then bring it right back down to your neighborhood. You're dealing with petty theft or maybe some online harassment. Do you feel the full, immediate force of the law rushing to your side? Or does it feel like the system's priorities often lie somewhere else?
So why? Why this huge difference? Well, the source material had this fantastic analogy. We're all taught that the law is like gravity, this universal force that applies to everyone equally. But what that leaves out is the atmosphere. There's this atmosphere of money and influence. For most of us, we're like a feather trying to fall through that atmosphere. We get blown all over the place. The elite? They're like a hammer in a vacuum. They just fall straight through, fast and free.
Okay, so after hearing all that, it's really easy to just get cynical and throw your hands up, right? But that is not the point of understanding this. Seeing the hidden code isn't about giving up. It's about getting smart. It's about upgrading your own personal operating system to deal with the world as it is, not as we're told it is.
Seriously, acknowledging that the game might be rigged isn't defeat. It is the absolute prerequisite for developing a better strategy. It's the critical piece of information you need to stop playing by their rules and start playing a different, smarter game entirely. So what does this new strategy look like? Well, first, you change the questions you ask. Instead of just, is this legal? Start asking, okay, who does this law actually bind and who does it really protect? And then, this is the big one, stop waiting for the system to be your savior. Instead, shift your energy to building your own resilience. And that's not about being a lone wolf. It's the exact opposite. It's about community. For most of human history, people survived and thrived not because of some central state, but because they built their own informal communities, guilds, mutual aid societies, neighborhood alliances. They built real leverage and security through connection and trust. That's where real protection has always come from.
So that really is the final question to leave you with. When you look at the world around you, are you only seeing the official rules they put on the page, or are you starting to see the deeper patterns, the hidden logic, the source code that's actually running the machine? Because once you see it, you can't unsee it.